Disclaimer: this video is fake, and if you do what it says, it will break your computer forever.
In these uncertain times, many of you, being stuck inside, may have wanted to do something. Like, I don't know, play some video games. But there's an important thing you have to do before play video games. You have to get a gaming computer. So I'm going to teach you how to build a gaming computer that's fast and cheap. A lot of you might be wondering, what materials might I need to build this computer? Well, first, you need a table. Preferably not a metal one, because everyone has metal tables lying around. What you need is a wooden one, or just something that doesn't conduct electricity very well, because then you might short out your computer components. You need a few things in order to build this computer. First, you need some zip ties, because you need to do some good cable management. Second, you need a screwdriver kit, as you can see here, with multiple head attachments so you can use it on multiple types of screws. Is what I would say if we were doing this like a noob. What we really need is a multi-tool or Swiss Army knife, which hopefully has a Phillips head screwdriver, because we do not need to check what our tools have. That is not important whatsoever. Now, the best order to do things in is first, you need to assemble the motherboard first, because that way you can put it in the case later and it's already assembled. The first part of the motherboard is the RAM. This is very, very important because it's the random access memory and it's a lot faster than regular memory and it's just really useful. So what you need to do right here is, if your computer has a heatsink like this, then you need to just kind of jam it in there. If it doesn't work at first, you need to kind of bend some of the pins like this. So at this point of the build, it should look like this, with the RAM right here in the heatsink. Now, when applying thermal paste, many people will say to put it on top of the CPU. This is an AMD Ryzen 3900X. Yeah, we got one. That is a terrible mistake. What you need to do is you need to get the toothpaste, put it on the back of the CPU. Like that. Alright? Another mistake that people will do is they will think that you have to line up the triangles on the CPU, but that's a mistake. They want your FPS to be low on video games so that they can have a competitive edge and be better than you. But do not make that mistake. What you need to do is you need to just plop it in randomly. Oh yeah, make sure that toothpaste is everywhere. Like this. And then, oh yeah, also, these pins right here. Make sure to bend a bunch of those just by like pushing them around. Okay, nice and bent now. Now just put the CPU in there randomly. Now it should make some crunching noises when you put it in. When putting the heatsink on the computer, it doesn't really matter where you put it, as long as it's somewhere near the CPU, or central processing unit. This is an AMD Ryzen 3900X. Yeah, we got one. It's gonna be a nightmare to edit. Okay. Now, put the part that says Intel on top of the CPU or anywhere near it, and then just duct tape it down. As such. And then your CPU will stay nice and cool. Onto the case. What a lot of people will tell you is that you need a good computer case in order to build a cool looking computer. They're lying. They just want you to spend more money, so you spend less money on the graphics card, and then you will have less frame rate and they'll do better in video games than you. Well, all you need, though, is just a cardboard box like this. This is a Costco coconut water box. Another common misconception is that you need to anchor your computer components to the case in order to keep them from falling around and getting damaged. That's another attempt to slow you down. What you really need to do is you need to just let it, like, just toss it in there like this. And look at that. Looks amazing. Think about it this way. Would you win a foot race if your ankles were tied together? No, you wouldn't.
Disclaimer. This video is fake, and if you do what it says, it will break your computer forever.